I was an impacted person for 28 years before I went to law school, so this work is deeply personal to me. The day that I flew from the Bay Area to here to prepare for this, I attended a meeting in downtown Oakland in a hot auxiliary room filled to capacity with organizers, lawyers, attorneys, policy folks, and other interested parties. At that meeting, we were able to successfully push the Alameda County Board of Supervisors and their Public Protection Committee towards elimination of probation fees, public defender fees, and Sheriff's Fork alternative program fees. Ultimately, if successful, we wouldn't have only eliminated these fees, but got rid of the collections practices behind these fees and eliminated over $20 million in debt. A couple of months prior to that, we put on a training for attorneys who engage in reentry work. And for the second time, we hosted a panel that talked about how to be an ally in this work that was led by formerly incarcerated folks. These two examples are a reimagination of my organization's mission statement, which is justice through education and advocacy. Now, Jasmine and I are seeking to advance justice through education, advocacy, and authentic relationship with community. This is important because we know the impacted people are the experts, and we know that when attorneys just parachute in without consulting with community, that leads to distrust, and it leads to ineffective policy. As the largest legal service provider in Alameda County and the largest clinic of UC Berkeley Law School, we're in a position to be able to radically transform this paradigm. And so we've begun to ask ourselves some really big questions.
What if we trained our law students and lawyers to work in collaboration with community organizers rather than in isolation or from a position of authority? What if we trained them to be guided by impacted communities rather than the other way around? In other words, what if we trained our law students and lawyers to build authentic relationships built on trust and true partnership? At the East Bay Community Law Center, we've begun to answer some of these questions. Embedding ourselves and our law students in communities that are impacted has transformed law school culture and pedagogy, resulting in the transformation of ourselves. When lawyers and law students are transformed in this way, Black and brown communities gain real partners in the fight to advance systemic solutions to build power that come from the communities themselves. When Shelby first joined our clinic as a law student, she had no deep ties to the local community. But by working on our anti-gentrification campaign, she built those ties. We worked alongside community members and stakeholders, oftentimes brainstorming community demands at their dinner tables. And as a result, our campaign was able to double the amount of affordable housing units in a luxury housing development. And it also pushed the community's anti-gentrification agenda to the forefront. Not only was Shelby recognized with the highest clinical advocacy award given by Berkeley Law School, but she chose to continue similar work in the communities that she built with instead of pursuing a prestigious fellowship after law school. At East Bay Community Law Center, we're seizing the opportunity to transform law school culture in a way that will prepare and transform the next generations of lawyers. Join us in making Shelby not the exception, but the rule. From eliminating fines and fees from hot auxiliary rooms to brainstorming community demands at the dinner table, let's reimagine and transform lawyering to be more authentic and impactful together so that Black and brown communities can determine their own destinies on the road to liberation.